The dream of many countless Indian fans is soon going to come true when MotoGP officially comes to India on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of September later this year. Now, joining me today is a very important person who is going to talk to us about the details of how this is going to happen and what the preparations have been. He is the Chief Sporting Officer of Dorna Sports and also MotoGP Bharat official. Sir, thank you so much, Mr. Carlos, for being here and speaking to us on the Times Network, firstly.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I just want to start by asking you, there is a lot of excitement in the air. A lot of people are talking about a MotoGP to be held in India. How are the preparations going on?
Well, we're super excited to touch down in India. It's definitely a continent by itself with the biggest population and the biggest population of motorcycles also. So a huge opportunity, huge potential for us as both a sport and an industry to come to India. And we're super excited to be there and be able to put a huge show in front of the Indian fans for the first time.
And Carlos, could you also tell us how India was decided upon? Because this is going to be the first time that something like this is happening in India. So what was the idea behind it and how did it come on the table? What were the discussions like?
Well, yeah, we were approached by First Street, sort of a year and a half ago, and we've been able to move and accelerate quite quickly since then, because definitely, well, of course, it's very helpful that the track was already built in Greater Noida and that it's of a fantastic level. So that that was definitely the most important part of it. We're super excited. It's really a no-brainer for us to be able to come to India. It's a huge market which poses a huge potential to the championship and in all rounds, just as to cultivate a bigger fan base, but also to break into a huge market which consumes sport, consumes Western products, Western properties, and we're super excited.
Well, absolutely. But, whenever a tournament is being held in India, it's also about the fanfare that comes with it. So I want to ask you, what is it that the Indian fans can expect in terms of experience?
Well, First Street, which are the promoters that with who we have the agreement, they will definitely put a huge show on both on track and off, with music, with a great food experience, with a lot of things other than the sport, which I think by itself is definitely a huge asset. So we're super excited. I myself, I'm a lover of Indian culture, and I'm sure that the paddock and the riders are also. So it's really exciting for us. We'll be there for over a week, and everybody we'll definitely hit the biggest landmarks of the country, whereas the Taj Mahal or India Gate or everything that's around, and have MotoGP bikes there to make sure that both everybody in India feels in touch with MotoGP, but also that everybody in MotoGP feels in touch with India.
Our sports minister is also very excited for it. Last week we saw him, riding and all geared up for this event as well. So could you tell me what the conversations have been with the government of India and the competent authorities, with you, by you or your team or the promoters?
Well, we were baffled since the beginning by all the government support that they showed to us and towards this project, and I think it's something that we can't do without them for sure. So I was also there at the Global Investment Summit in UP, talking, presenting together with Honorable Sports Minister Anurag Thakur, and he was really welcoming to us and to the whole project, and I'm really thankful. It's a pity that it was raining pretty hard the day that AT was on the bike, but I'm sure that we'll get him in for a better experience once the event is there at India GP. So we're very thankful to all the support that we've had from the government, both UP and the federal government in India. So that's both of them have shown that they're very interested. I think that they understand that this can bring a lot more than just a sporting event and all the industry, and how MotoGP englobes the biggest manufacturers in the world. Motorcycles for sure, but also tires, leathers, helmets, and all of that is, everybody wants to break into the Indian market. So that's everything that comes together with a MotoGP event.
Carlos, last question. I want to ask you about the safety concerns and the safety checks that come with hosting an event like this. Can you tell me, what is the status of that and how stringent are the security measures, the safety measures?
Do you mean safety of the track itself, like for the riders,
Yes.
or safety of the event?
Both. If you can talk to
Both.
us about both.
Okay. Well, yeah. I was explaining before, we FIM, which is the International Motorcycling Federation, is the body that is the governing body of MotoGP and the body that homologates the circuits. They had looked at Buddh International Circuit for all the requirements over 10 years ago when the circuit was first built, and then MotoGP had never raced there. So then from then till now, because the sport evolves and because we increase safety measures for sure every year, we've had to make very minimal changes to the circuit, in turn 3 and turn 13, and some painting works and changing some of the asphalt runoff area for gravel. And definitely, the circuit needs a bit of a face wash and an update, but that's minimal works that First is already engaged and has had all the support from the government of UP. So that's on one side, and then on the safety side, I think on the security of the event, I'm sure that Fair Street, together with their partners, people that have had a huge experience running shows of this sort of caliber, like Book My Show. They have everything under control, and it's not something that we're concerned about. I think Indian people are definitely very peaceful, so that we can't wait to see to be there in front of all the fans, but we're not concerned about the safety, I think.